Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. How's everybody doing today? Scroll back up. You guys have been busy in chat, I see. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Hi, Johnny and Marie. Antoinette. Member, good to see you. And Roots. Nurse 2112, thank you for being here. Julie, hi. Gran, hey. And Mattis Catter, hi. Who else? Yes, ma'am, of course, she's here. Hi. And Belinda Believes, hi. Amy, good to see you. True Crime Junkie. If you're not back, then hi for when you do get back. And who else? Anyone? Oh, just reporting. Howdy. Carol, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Betty Knight, how's it going? Hey, Leanne. Ori, hi. Jam to the Jam, hey. And Jane, hello. Stella, hi. Angels are near. Great to see you. Love your name. Addie V, hello. Ernestine, hey. And Tina, hi. Marlene, great to see you. Thank you for being here. My move, it went. It's done. Still got a boatload to unpack here, but it's coming along. I got my stuff. Some stuff is here. Had a little bit of a thing last night, though. We had Ginger. We're going to be very nice today. Brookie Cookie Butterfly, love you being here because I love your name. Listen. We'll get to it. Hey, Tan and Patty. And Sailor, hi. Mary Ann, great to see you. Sunset. Hello. Hi, Sue. Marie has been carving pumpkins all day. That's amazing. 'Tis the season, I guess. So yeah, last night. So we moved all day, got everything moved. It was good. And then last night after supper, Ian's foot started swelling up, and he said he didn't do anything to it. So anyways, he used to have a problem with blood clots, so I had to take him to the hospital. We didn't get home till like 3 a.m. Who gets a virus in their foot? I think that's code for an infection, but it was weird. It just came on, swelled up, went in 3 a.m. So I'm really tired. So if this goes sideways, it's not my fault. I do have a plan for today, and we're going to stick to it the best I possibly can. But I realized like I got the bags and stuff going on, and then super busy day today. I got a new client, so that's very exciting. Hey, little mama. He's fine. He got up and he went to work. He's fine. You know, men, they can be a little bit dramatic. Gout? I don't think so. No. I think he, I don't know. One time I stepped on a rock awkwardly and I broke some bones in my foot, in the bottom of my foot. And there's so many bones in your foot. There's nothing they can really do. Like for me, they wrapped me and gave me some crutches, but that's about it. But for Ian, they basically gave him some antibiotics and a couple of pain pills and sent him on his way. And that was after a bunch of blood work at midnight. And it's all good. Everything went well, and he's fine. He went to work. He's fine. Yes. And Marlene, it's crazy because I have stuff here. I have stuff in Fox Creek where I moved from. I have stuff in the Lethbridge where my grandbabies live. And then here I had my apartment, and then I had some stuff here. And now that there's running water and stuff here, there's no use in me keeping my apartment. So yeah, it's just so much stuff. And then we moved north for the winter time. So we're a month away from moving again, but at least this should be permanent and I don't have to move everything. Yeah, it is the absolute worst, but hey, Romo, thanks for being here. And thank God he's feeling better. I broke both my ankles. When? Hopefully not now. Hopefully you're doing good now. Anyways, so what is it today? Monday? It's Monday. It is Monday, let me tell you. I don't know what to start with. Let's get it out of the way. Yes, Daniel Martell had a car accident today. He was on his way to visit Meadow, and apparently there is torrential rain happening right now in Nova Scotia. And he breaking beats. He started hydroplaning, and as he approached a corner, he was hydroplaning and hit a bunch of gravel in his car, rolled many times, and it's not even rolled, flipped end to end a number of times. And I believe, I mean, you all saw the picture on the thumbnail, but I'll show it again if you like, if I can figure out which one it is. I don't think it shares automatically, so I'll try that. Yes, here it is. Okay, here we go. So yeah, here's the car. So, you know, quite a bit of damage. Looks to me like more than likely a write-off. Daniel is okay. He was taken by paramedics, obviously. He had x-rays and ultrasounds, and he does have to go have CT scans. Possible concussion, I imagine. But, you know, this guy has all the luck, am I right? Like, I don't know if I would even want to venture out of my house these days if I was Daniel Martell. I know how people feel about him, and I understand it, and hopefully we can all just, you know, be thankful that he's okay, because I think he's going to be the key in getting some answers to what happened to Jack and Lily, and that's what we all want, right, is answers. So I'm glad he's okay. He's going to make a full recovery. I feel terrible that Meadow missed her visit with her daddy, but he'll be able to reschedule that. And yeah, so and I'm super proud of everybody that nobody is saying anything, because I was a little bit nervous. You know how some people can be, but we're not that type of people here. So glad. And I heard that the weather has been awful the last few days. The weather is awful here as well. Rain, snow mix, off and on, and cold. Are you in Nova Scotia? Is this not coming up on hurricane season, or are we just leaving hurricane season? I'm not sure. There's been awful rain here the last few days. Stay safe, everyone. I'm a travel healthcare worker. We all need to be safe to keep ourselves and loved ones safe out there on the road. Right. Right. And I mean, I did say that to him. I said, that looks like you were lucky to walk away from that one. And apparently the doctor said the same thing to him. Like that, I mean, it does look like a pretty serious crash. So, and just so everybody is aware, he did give me, I did ask him if he minded if I shared this with you all. And he said that it was fine. So yeah, exactly. We're still humans at the end of the day. And no matter what you think of an individual, we don't want to promote hate or negativity or anything like that. So no matter what we feel about the guy who's in front of the camera and in the Facebook chats all the time. He's still a human being. And he said it himself this morning to me, like he's had a very bad year and it doesn't seem to be getting any better for the guy. So I wish him well in this situation, and I hope he makes full recovery. And I hope we get answers for Jack and Lily and try to put an end to all of the shit that seems to be going on everywhere. So, and I'm so happy. Like, this community is so amazing. Honestly, thank God Daniel's okay. We wouldn't wish that on anybody. Daniel is not having much luck with cars, right? Cars, women, like nothing. Nothing seems to be going his way. So I wish him the best in this situation. I hope he makes full recovery. And if he does have a concussion, like, hopefully they catch it and he takes care of himself, because that can be long lasting. So look at you guys. You're amazing. Thank goodness he's okay. Exactly, everybody. Yeah, I've seen the weather in Alberta. It's pretty shitty. I'm glad I'm not there. We're moving. We go to Slave Lake for the winter time, and I got an alert on my phone that they're having a bad winter storm this week. So joy. By the time we get there next month, it should be deep freeze. Can't wait. My daughter had a similar accident last year, hydroplaning, got out alive, but awful experience. I couldn't imagine. That would be so scary. I've never hydroplaned in my life, but I remember when I was 16, I was taking my driver's course, and they had a video of somebody hydroplaning, and it looked terrifying. It looked worse than sliding on ice. I've had my fair share of experiences on black ice in Alberta, but hydroplaning seems to sneak up on you a little bit more than black ice would when you're used to black ice. Prayers for Daniel, but I thought his visits are only on Wednesday. He goes 3 days a week, 3 to 4 times a week he gets to see her. I'm covered in my blanket with the fireplace going. That sounds amazing. I might have to leave and go put a warmer sweater on. Still got my work clothes on. Freezing. Maybe he's not doing visits on Wednesday as it's Jack's celebration. I didn't ask him that. I know that he gets to see Meadow 3 to 4 times a week. So it's more than just once. Very scary things can change in the blink of an eye. Right. And if things had gone worse for him, where would we be right now? We would be, we would still be having the conversation, but as far as the case goes, nobody else is speaking up, you guys. So I'm so very proud of this community. You're all so nice and kind-hearted. So I have no idea why I was nervous about that. So excellent. Is this Daniel's van or Janie's? I'm not sure. It's definitely not a van though. It's an SUV. It looks to me, I don't know. Like, it might be a CRV, like a Honda, or it could be, it looks kind of like a Rogue. Because I have a Rogue. Front end's a little bit different, but it's similar. I don't know. May Daniel be moved by this averted tragedy with a new heart and mindset. Yeah. And some people might argue, and like I said, I'm neither here nor there, but some people might argue that him speaking out, no matter what the consequences and no matter what is coming out of his mouth, he is still speaking up. So one could argue that his intentions to keep the case alive out there is good-hearted. I don't know how to put that, but I think you get what I mean. Wishing ill on others is risky business. Come back to bite us threefold. Yeah, even if we have our opinions, prayers for Daniel, that he's okay and doesn't have any lingering issues because of this. Sailor Moon, couldn't have said it better myself. Knowing that DM had an accident, it helps to find your children. I don't understand that. I don't know what that means. I hope no one in Nova Scotia get caught in flash flooding. Is that going on too? That's dangerous. It was during a storm and I had never heard about hydroplaning until her accident. He is also fortunate that he's alive. Well, considering like the car went end over end. It's terrifying. Healing prayers for Daniel. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are great. No, from what I understand, his mom loaned him the money for that Escalade. It wasn't a gift. But the Escalade is broken down at the moment, from what I understand. Right. As Catter, my dad worked with the Department of Transportation and drilled in my head when I first got my license, no more than 70 kilometers an hour when there's water built up on the road. Right. The ditches in Nova Scotia are deep, so he's lucky. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think he went end over end on the road and on the gravel. But yeah. Like who knows? Maybe when he's feeling a little better, I'll be able to get more details about it. But for now, I'm thankful that he gave me, his blessing to talk about this on the stream, to let everybody know. I know that there was some chatter about it on Facebook. It was pretty static, but it wasn't hateful or anything. But I think that's coming, just knowing the true crime community. So I asked for permission to put it out there to my community, because I just had a feeling you guys would be, you people are the ones that deserve to know this information for sure. Was it a single car accident or someone else involved? It was a single car. That was the first thing I asked. Was there another car? Are they okay? But there was only one. Just Daniel. No, it wasn't. There was nobody else involved. No. I don't know how to say that word. Encephalopathy? Post-concussive. Yes, okay. Post-concussive syndrome. And I mentally stopped aging the day of my accident. I hope he has no long-term effects from a head injury. Yeah. I know his words and actions are perceived by many poorly, but we aren't walking in his shoes. I do know that we are so frustrated and emotions are just so high. Right. And I'm no fool. And when I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, you guys. I'm just not here to blame anyone or throw accusations. But the facts are the facts, that he has said things that are inconsistent, that there is no sugarcoating that. And I can't think of an innocent explanation to do that. So as I go forward with this communication with Daniel, hopefully, I'll be able to get those clarifications that I've been asking for months. But in the meantime, I understand that because it's a YouTube thing and a social media thing, it takes time to build that trust. So, and I pray every single day that it doesn't go there that long. As long as it would take me to build trust with somebody that I've had this kind of back and forth, I guess, not even relationship, acquaintanceship with, to build that kind of trust that could get the answers that I'm looking for, the clarifications that I want. It would take a long time, and I hope to God it doesn't take that long to find Jack and Luke, right? So all I'm trying to do is be respectful every single day, listen to what he has to say, and take it all with a grain of salt, and not accuse anybody who hasn't been arrested or convicted. I'm not going to accuse them of doing anything until that day comes. So it's just a matter of treating another human being with respect. That's all it is. And I appreciate every single person in here that's been so good about this. Hydroplaning is so scary. I've never done it. I've seen it on video once, and now that I see the results of this, holy shit. I got one and spent 3 days inpatient on IV antibiotics. Oof. That's never fun. Healing takes time, for sure. What happened? Daniel had a car accident today. Single vehicle. He hydroplaned and hit a corner with some gravel, and he toppled end over end. He is okay. Chemical burn from operations room chemical. Oof. Workplace incident. Hopefully they took care of you. Nobody deserves that. He has a voice. Prayers being sent. Yeah. It's hurricane season right now. Anyways, and there's a big hurricane headed towards Jamaica. Oof. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. He's pretty Teflon at this point. I have no doubt that he will walk it off. Absolutely. Might put him down for a few days, but that's about it. I don't know anything about Janie. Not a thing. Haven't asked a single question about Janie, other than I wanted to know if there was any truth to the rumor that she had moved her RV off the property, and he said no, it's still there. And then I asked if she had moved back into the trailer because I heard rumblings of that as well. And he said no, she likes her privacy and I like mine. So Janie is still in the RV where it was when we last saw it, and Daniel is still in the trailer. Bad luck. Yeah, that's what my thumbnail's all about. I can't. There's nothing funny about it, but if you take Jack and Lily out of it and you think of the year this man has been having, and to top it off, this happens today. I don't know. Have a big scar on my foot, ate the flesh. Yeah, that's horrifying. Was it acid gas? What was it? Henry, wow, yeah. Not nice to kick anyone while they're down. That's true. Don't get me wrong. I'm the type of person, like, once somebody is convicted of a crime, especially a crime against a child, I'm pretty cold-hearted. I don't give a shit. I mean, they get what's coming to them in jail. It's called prison justice for a reason. But nobody's been convicted of anything. So it's just a matter of respect and understanding, and try to get to the answers that we all need. Literally. I wake up every day in the wrong year still. I'm 36, but to me, I'm still 28. I lost my short-term memory, so everything after that day is gone. I have to put the pieces back together every morning. Like 50 first dates. I don't mean to make light, but if I could wake up today and be 36 again, even in my head, I don't know that I'd mind. I realize you're struggling with it, and I didn't mean to make light of it, but I'm just saying. But yeah, that would be hard. Was it Janie's car? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to remember if Janie's car was this silver color, because it does look like a Nissan to me. But I don't know. You're welcome, Tan. Always and forever with your podcast. Sending love. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Henry. Looks like a two-song, maybe. If anyone can build the trust, you can. And I'm trying. And I'm not playing a game. You know, I'm trying. I'm being genuine about it. And I told you all a couple of streams ago that I told Daniel that I would not share screenshots. And I won't. Because of the fiasco last time. And I've gone over that a few times too. So, yeah. It's going to take time. And I can't say I blame any of them, including Malaya, for not wanting to put stuff out there because of how crazy and how twisted things can get. But if you have a rapport with somebody, you're more likely to get more information and more clearer information. And that's literally all I'm trying to do. So I had no idea that you were coming on. I totally shit the bed today on the thumbnail. because I knew I was doing this. I bet you it was 9 a.m. when I talked to Daniel. Because I actually sent him a message regarding something else. I had a question for him and he answered, and then he let me know that this happened. But that was hours ago. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna do a live stream today anyways. And I meant to do a thumbnail and send it out, and then I didn't. My bad. You're welcome, Lori. You got to be pretty proud of me right about now. Am I right? I have more thoughts for the children than Daniel. I don't understand English 100%, but I think I didn't understand the meaning of your lives. Bye-bye. Bye. Have a great day. Oh no, that happened to Daniel. Yeah. You're respectful. Thank you for that. There's enough hate. Right. And thank you, everybody. And I'm going to show this one because, you know what? It's not the nicest way to say it, Grenell, but I don't disagree. You got to be honest. You got to, and I mean, he knows there are things that just don't add up. And it's very easy to make it right. So you've got your own thoughts on this accident. And unless it's got anything to do with you wishing the outcome would have been worse, I'm all ears. I don't want to hear that, because that just brings bad karma to yourself, bad negative energy to yourself. So if you're of the mindset that you have a theory about this accident or how it happened or why it happened, whatever, I'm all ears. But let's just not, no matter who it is, let's not wish harm on anybody today. My older brother was a bus driver. He passed many years ago. His wife understood the dangers of hydroplaning and was always warning his children about it. Yeah, I bet. I admire you guys. I'm biting my tongue so hard. You're not alone. You're not alone. If it wasn't for bad luck. Yeah. And honestly, the inconsistencies is enough to piss anyone off, especially when it comes to the case of 2 missing children. It absolutely does. I'm with you all. But I also hope that you can understand what I'm trying to do things, right? Do not think because you have a large vehicle that it can't happen. I drove a 3/4 ton truck and almost hydroplaned. Was he the only car? He was. Hi, Deborah. If he needs to, I'm sure he will. Like, I know that they random test him. So, Lacey Franklin, good to see you. Hi, 007 Star Child. Did you see People's Magazine reached out to the mom and she didn't answer them? Well, I mean, they read her letter or whatever. They put her letter in there and they made her sound like the mom of the year. So that's about as much attention as I'm willing to give that. Obviously, the person writing it didn't follow the case up until the letter made the news, I guess. I don't know. I had a horrible car accident in 2008 and I changed my life. I am finally out of the other side, finally able to drive again. Good for you. Would the RCMP check his car out just in case it has been tampered with? I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Robin. Did I say hi? Someone said Janie was in the car. She was not in the car. He told me he was alone. Janie had the same as Malaya, I thought, and I think Janie has a Rogue and Malaya has a Pathfinder, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if that's reliable info. What, the Janie was in the car? She wasn't. He told me. I asked him if he was alone. He said he was alone. So, do you think, well, I don't know. Does he have insurance money? Does he have insurance? We will, I guess we won't see, but never know. Hey, support with Stefa. Good to see you. Hi, Sue and Cheryl. Good to see you. Hey, Grey Wolf. You're welcome. Thank you. We're all proud of you. I'm so happy that your channel is getting super recognition, and we are all here to support you. Thank you very much. I don't know if you guys believe me or not, but I don't really want the attention. I don't know. Because after this, I don't know what I would even do with my channel. So, but I appreciate everybody and all the support. I do. I really do. I think he wrecked it on purpose for the insurance money. Maybe, but there's no guarantee he had insurance. Who knows? Janie didn't let her do. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Here we go. That's terrible to say. Come on, have a heart. Well, I mean, just let it go, right? And I mean, I knew, and it's been very tame in here, and Gren's got every right to say what he's feeling, absolutely, as long as he does it respectfully. And I didn't see anything overly disrespectful. And I mean, I understand. I get it. Everybody is free to have their own opinions. I get it. Hey, Charmaine. So did he hydroplane? Yes. One vehicle involved? Yes. Sorry, joining late. You're not that late. I'm surprised that I got right into it. So it's really, I'm early, technically. It's like half an hour in, and I've already gone through like the first thing I wanted to talk about. And that usually takes me like an hour to get to. I hung my foot over the bed. It felt like my foot was hanging by a nerve. The worst part was getting, oh my gosh. Oh, the article. Wasn't sure if that was yours. Glad she wasn't in the car. Yeah, me too. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, Janie has a Rogue. Malaya has the Pathfinder. So glad he never got badly hurt. Yeah. I think it's more the patience that you have for your audience, and it's a place for people to just meet and feel inclusive. That's why we love. Thank you. And I mean, if it wasn't for you guys giving your opinions and your comments and your thoughts, what else would we talk about? We would be sitting here talking about the latest shit that we can dig up on Daniel. That would be the entire live stream. And we could go hours just picking away at all the bullshit in the last 6 months. I just don't want to do that anymore. Everybody else is doing that. Let's just be different. Let's hear from you guys, and let's talk about our opinions. That's all. You find my voice so relaxing? Thank you. Maybe after this case, other true crime. I do true crime, like my podcast. We've done true crime on Sunny's channel. I've been with her for 2.5, like 3 years now. Oh, actually, no, closer to 4 years, I think. And we did the Delphi case, and that case was almost 8 years strong, right? So I joined Sunny halfway through the Delphi case. It took 8 years to find a resolution to that one. But and then my podcast, like I said, we talk about other stuff, but absolutely. And at the very least, I'm never going to not do my podcast. And now that I think I'm a little more comfortable on YouTube, probably, but let's just focus on Jack and Lily for now. Do you chat with? It's definitely once in a while. Like I said, I'm trying to build a trust, and it's literally just having regular conversations. If I have a question, I'll send it to him in Messenger, and sometimes it takes 2 days, 3 days, and sometimes he'll answer within the hour. I never know. And very short conversations. So far, nothing really of substance, honestly. But it's going to take time to build trust so that he's going to know that I'm not going to post screenshots. I'm not going to try to use what he said. Whatever he says, though, I will ask for clarification if it's anything different than what I've heard before. That's what I'm trying to do here, is get clarification to figure out what we missed. And 90% of what we've heard has come from Daniel. So he's the only source that is talking. And if if I can keep him talking and if I can get him to trust me enough to answer all the questions that we have about his discrepancies and the inconsistencies and clear it up, that's all I've ever wanted, other than finding Jack and Lily, because the two are directly correlated, I think. Figure out what happened that day 1 and day 2 and maybe even Thursday, right? That's where my mind is. That's where my heart is. I think having a balanced viewpoint is a good thing. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you. I was on my way to get my kids from school and take them to cheerleading practice, so I can imagine how upset Daniel must have been not being able to see Meadow from that. I was hysterical myself. Yeah. I feel terrible for Daniel, but I feel bad for Meadow. You know, once they get into a routine and I don't know that they know the days or whatever, but I don't know. I feel bad for Meadow. The structure for her is so important. You're welcome. It's okay to get attention. We will follow you to the next case. See what the next case is. You know what I mean? You guys ever heard of Taylor Shabusiness? Like when I was doing that one, you guys... Some cases, you probably don't want to follow me down those rat holes. Having your channel get more attention means more attention for Jack and Lily. So win-win. Absolutely. Yes, for sure. The road doesn't look wet, though. I've heard from many sources who do not support Daniel Martell in any way, shape, or form that the weather in Nova Scotia has been horrendous and that the roads are saturated. And if you don't think it looks wet, that's fine. But I have people that are very, we'll put it, pro-Sunny and the way she believes, who have verified that the weather is super duper shitty there. So you don't have to take my word for it. I really hope he isn't scared to drive again after this. I kind of doubt it. I've heard rumors, and I do not have any confirmation of this, but I've heard rumors that he also had an accident in his father's car, like when Earl loaned him his vehicle. So, and Janie won't let him drive his ATV. So my speculation is no offense, Daniel, but it could be he's just a shitty driver. It could be. But I've never been in a situation to hydroplane, so like, I don't know. That does look like a Rogue. Like it does. It looks like maybe older than my Rogue, but it does look like the roof rack, the way it comes down. Mine is almost the same. The rain has been heavy on and off since early this morning. Yes, thank you, Ori. I worked in the operating room for 3 years, then in the lab doing rounds and outpatient blood draws, vampire by day and night. Woo. Very welcoming and have our own little community. Yes, and I'm so happy that you guys are all part of this community, because a lot of other communities would and will, like, watch for it, take this information in a different way. So, and that's their prerogative. Steffa, someone did. We're not going there. Did you see the appeal? Whatever. We're not doing that today, Steffa. Hey, everyone. Hi, Heather Marie. Thanks for being here. I've just seen about everything you could see or think of possible in the OR. I bet. And I mean, hats off to you working in healthcare in this country. You are in this country, aren't you? Oh, no, you're not. Never mind. But still, kudos. I hope he is well enough to see Meadow on his next visit. Yeah. If nothing else, for Meadow's sake. You know, she's obviously being cared for very well, but I mean, I don't know. It's been pouring most of the day here in Nova Scotia. It's bad right now. I heard that. Hopefully you can keep him talking. I'm doing my best, and it's just a matter of being respectful and understanding that I've never been in any kind of position like that to, like, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be, coming out with different stories and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe my brain would be fried. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to keep open-minded and respectful. That's all. Meadow is definitely thriving. She looks like she is thriving now. Taylor was very scary. What a sick individual. Yeah, I mean, there are things that are troubling, but we don't know that the ins and outs of that relationship either. So I'm sure Daniel was no innocent victim or angel. It is what it is. Hey, C Legal. Good to see you. He went through the rabbit hole. Truth, lies, who knows? Right. So let's be respectful and try to find out. That's all it is, guys. This is not his first. I've heard. The roads are wet. I believe you. It's been storming up there lately. I'm just saying by the way it looks in the pic. I get it. Rolling a car in these conditions is plain reckless or crappy tires or both. At work, my driver rolled our truck 3 times. I'm damaged for life because he hit a patch of ice in cruise control. Well, there's your first problem. You're not supposed to use cruise control in adverse weather conditions. I used to have take my own grandson for visits with his mom at a supervised center. When she didn't show up, it was so hard on my grandson. He was 8 to 2 years. I hope Meadow is okay. Right. And I mean, something like this, she's still so little, so there's not much of an explanation needed for her. But it appears that Malaya is annoyed because she is kind of being forced to speak out. Yeah, we're gonna look at that. Taylor's business made me feel ill. I couldn't stay with it. Delight in court. She's actually, I think her trial starts for her attack, or no, her sentencing for her latest courtroom attack. Just happened last week or something. She was in the news again last week. He drove that ATV Friday. I found the article, but he also said it on camera in one of his very first interviews. I know. I think Malaya thought she could keep hiding, but that might not be the case anymore. You know what? I hope so. Hey, Women's Warrior, thanks for being here. Beetlejuice, what are you talking about? If you're talking about Delphi, do not encourage Stefa to talk about Delphi. So did the ambulance come? Yes. He was taken to the hospital by paramedics, you betcha. To be fair, why did Daniel even want this posted? Stir up more things? He didn't ask me to. I asked him if I could. So, I don't know if that I don't know. I'm sure he assumed it would come out somewhere anyways. Maybe not with the picture. I'm sure I'm not the only person he sent it to, but I asked him if I could. Being able to communicate with Daniel and get him to bring his walls down may bring clarity. I'm trying, Eddie. Hey, Travis. This looks like the back highway to Truro, so it probably took a while to get the tow out there. Okay, maybe. Maybe all this stress is going to cause him to break. And I mean, I was thinking about it, and my gosh, I would be a complete basket case at this point. Even if it was self-inflicted and I was bringing this shit on myself, I'd be fucked right now. If you sit down and think about all this stuff like online, and even sitting back and watching your own interviews and realizing, I don't know if I'd ever speak again. But he keeps coming out. It's like I don't know. Driving too fast. What did I hear? Spill the tea. What did you say? Taylor did something in court. What? No. No. I didn't say anything like that. Did I? Because I didn't mean to. Whose wrecked car? Who is the wrecker? This is Daniel's car. Travis, this morning, he hydroplaned and hit a curve that was full of gravel, and he ended up flipping end to end. He is okay. He has to go for more tests, like a CT scan, but he is okay. Agreed. Free RA? Really? Really, friend? I'm with you. Okay, I've already answered this stuff. Oh, nice. I am at the end of chat. All right, so I'm gonna do this now. And thank you guys for the most part, keeping it respectful, understanding. Nobody's been convicted of anything, and it is probably everything comes out in the wash. Everything will be clear one day. Until that day, I am trying my best to do what I'm doing here, and I appreciate everybody here that supports me. Guilty or innocent, we have no real clue. He must be under a huge amount of stress. Hopefully he wasn't too badly injured. And maybe put some things into perspective for him if he realizes, because he understands that he has said things that are different, and he tells DT that, it was a stressful day and I don't remember this because it was a normal day, blah, blah, blah. Like, we've heard it all. So maybe it'll put things into perspective for him and make him want to clear some things up. Is innocent no matter what you and Sunny say? Are you trying to say that I'm just like Sunny? Come on, man. Sunny, she knows what she knows. And I don't know. So we're not the same. I love her, but we're not the same. I'm at the end. Yay, not anymore. So the Cadillac Escalade was a nothing? No, he has a Cadillac Escalade. However, it broke down. We're not 100% sure whose vehicle this is. I was going to ask him, but I thought, and this is the problem, guys. I thought that if I asked him, he might think that I was digging about the Kia Rio again, or trying to say, wow, you had the car. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to ask him because I don't have that trust yet. I will, because that's not the kind of information, that's not the reason why I want the information. I simply want it to bring myself clarity, help bring you guys clarity, and get factual timelines and information out there. We're not living in a vacuum on this channel. That's why my grandma used to say everything comes out in the wash, right? And I believe it was from you that I got that. I think I'm about 40 minutes behind. I don't know. Ricky Allen is definitely guilty. He told us many times. Really? You and Gren want to talk about Delphi with me and Steffa? Got it. And Travis, for that matter. Travis is also almost an expert in Delphi. I hate to say it, but I think it'll be years if it's ever found out, to be honest. I disagree, because when you look at the big picture, everything that we know and that we've seen, I have to believe that the RCMP know and have seen too, and simply want to find the kids. And I think it plays into what we feel is taking so long. They've got one chance to get this right. So I'm not going to push them. Not that I could anyway, but you know what I mean. Thank you. About what? About what? I don't hold grudges because I don't remember shit. It's not Janie's car. I don't know. It's possible, I guess, because it does look like a Rogue. But like, I don't know. I did not ask that. I did not want to push him on the type of car just because what is all the hubbub the last few days been about? The car Daniel was driving. So I didn't want to touch the subject. I don't have that trust with him yet. If Daniel has knowledge of what happened to Jack and Lily, would he be arrested as an accessory or just withholding information? Depends on his knowledge and when he learned it. Whose vehicle is that? Mama. Is the according to that I am skeptical of. Which part? Did I say that? According to? I say that all the time when I don't want to give up my source. Are you rolling your eyes at me, Gran? I'm sorry. I'm like Dory. I don't have the memory. I don't know. On a live, Kent mentioned Daniel couldn't afford insurance. Did he? Well, I can tell you this. Kent is not an in with Daniel. They don't talk. So I don't know how Kent would know that. No shade on Kent if he said that, but accident aside, no ill wishes. I have a feeling Daniel has a history with cars and safety. When Janie mentioned it a while back, she went like, yeah, and we know that his vehicle, his one vehicle was impounded because his tags were expired or whatever. He doesn't seem like the most responsible car owner or driver. I don't know. So is Bob Mata, Andrew. Oh, that's my crew that you're talking about there, Gren. Me and Bob were like this during Delphi. Mama, it is Daniel. My granny was way darker than yours. My granny was way darker than yours. She used to say the devil collects his debts. So think on, young lady, before you open your smart mouth. I like that. Daniel also mentioned he had a previous accident on the DT show. I think he's had a few. He could, absolutely. Oh, shit, write-off. It looks like a write-off to me for sure. Hopefully he had insurance. According to Kent, he didn't, but I don't know how Kent would know that. I feel that they probably know exactly what happened. They're just trying to find enough evidence. I really wish Malaya would come forward, but I feel she has stuff hanging over her, so she is out of school. No, the one that said RA is guilty. Kent talks to Durwood. Yes, but does Durwood talk to Daniel still? I don't think anyone will gain his trust. Sorry. Maybe not. Durwood tells Kent his info on Daniel. Holding my Delphi tongue, as am I. For now. Like, if you wanted to, we could do, because I know Sonny won't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but I don't mind covering some of the appellate stuff. If Travis would be into it too, that would be great. Kent has talked in person with Daniel once. I know. And I asked Daniel about that. So what the fuck was up with that? I know. Yes, Daniel went to visit him, and that did not work out well, did it? Scared of your granny? Yes, Mama, it happened this morning. I think the witnesses who heard, saw a car, whatever, the night before they were reported missing is a 0 right now. I think, unfortunately, we have witnesses are now engaged in chats, discussions. That's just the way of it, though, Travis. I don't know that I would discredit a tip or story just because they're engaging online. That's there's no way to know for sure that Brad saw Daniel's car, but we have verified that he does indeed see traffic on that road. And because the neighbors are so far apart, it would be easy to know that it was coming and going from 1407. But that doesn't mean that he saw vehicles that night. You know, it just shows that it's possible that he did. So, and unfortunately, with no cameras in the area, there's no way to prove that. So he's credible until the police deem it not credible. And that doesn't mean he lied. That just means they can't prove, they can't corroborate his tip. That's all it means, guys. Doesn't mean he's a liar. You have a glow that continues to shine like the sun. Truth and respect bring justice for Jack and Lily. I hope so, and thank you for the glow, but it's definitely not anything other than menopause. Does Darren no longer associate with Daniel? Read between the lines, but that is not my story to tell at this moment. Hi, Travis. Yes, all of what's on YouTube would be used in court. I believe so. And in Delphi, I hate to keep going back to it, but in Delphi, there were YouTubers mentioned in court filings because they decided to get too involved in the nitty-gritty details and tried to insert themselves in the actual investigation. And I want no part of that. None. Anything that I get will go to the RCMP because I'm hands off. I am just some chick in BC that wants to have a conversation with a guy who I find to be a little bit manic, if you will, with his behavior. And it's bizarre to me because it's about 2 missing kids. And I want to try to help him understand the discrepancies and how easily they could be cleared up and how important it is to have clarity. That's all. I am nothing to this case. That's not why I'm doing it. So even if the RCMP see this and they think I'm getting dirt, it's not me. Go to another channel. Some vehicles cost more to insure. It's possible he could afford insurance for certain. And like, I don't know what it's like in Nova Scotia, but like in Alberta, BC is different too. But in Alberta, you can get, it's called just liability insurance. And literally, I pay $300 a year, like for an older vehicle that's not financed or whatever, like $300 a year. The last time I just had liability insurance was a long time ago, $300 a year. It's next to nothing. And that just covers you if you hit shit. I don't know what that means. I wanted to go to the vigil on Wednesday, but I won't drive the highway in the dark. There are a lot of deer at this. Yeah, I get it. I believe, though, it's going to be live streamed. So we will do that together if it is. I'd love to do a panel. Would love Travis' thoughts on appeals and how we have Holman lying on. Yeah, let's not get into it. Don't distract me, Steffa. Travis, did you hear that? Do you want to do a Delphi thing coming up? They're getting into trouble now. Explore. I believe she's saying Kent or Daniel went to go visit Kent. Well, Durwood took Daniel to go meet Kent in the front yard of Kent's house. And it's not that it didn't go well, it's that there was no point and purpose to it. Murder shits. Yeah, sure was. You're just gonna keep going down Delphi, aren't you? We'll do a live stream about Delphi. Let's set that aside for today. Rick Allen ain't going anywhere. The picture I seen of the black house up the road had lots of vehicles there in pictures I seen from a few months ago, and that is owned by the Geddes clan. Did he back into something, or does he flipped his car? Try to keep up. Minimum coverage. That's what it's called there. Yeah, it's just liability in Alberta. Beetlejuice. For what? Okay, good. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to keep up, and I can't with chat because I want to move on. Gren, put it away. PLPD. That's what I was trying to think of. PLPD. Yeah. Shelf it. We'll do a Delphi live. We will. Okay. Try to keep up. I know, Steffa. We're moving on, though. Burkhart, love her. Fucking love her. I thought it was Janie who said DM could not afford insurance. Did Durwood say this as well? I have no idea. Did he? Did they? I don't know. How is that possibly related to finding Jack and Lily? That is the noise that we're hearing elsewhere. So, anyways, hopefully Daniel's okay. Hopefully everything is good, and hopefully he has a new outlook and a better perspective on life in general after this fiasco today. All the best to Daniel. Hope he makes a speedy recovery, and let's move on. Kent said it. Doesn't surprise me. It's all good. Malaya. Does anyone know, or has anyone heard who was talking to Malaya? Anyone? We will find you both. What are you talking about? Is that a cryptic threat? Are you coming for me? What are you going to do to me? I'm going to have to go change the temperature. So Malaya, so somebody said to Malaya, thank you so much. That is a great idea. And she said, thank you. Then whatever day it was, hey, hon, haven't heard back from you yet. I just want you to know that we are still looking for the kids, but I need to know that you're okay. And then Malaya said, I was told you were no longer on the case anymore and that you would no longer contacting me. This came from major crimes due to something between you and Belinda's fake lawyer? Who was talking to Malaya like this? Like who's the green? Anybody know? How do I answer that? No. Also curious about this one. Really curious. I have to go turn my slow cooker down. Be right back. Sorry, guys. It's very nice of you, Sue. Thanks. Speedy recovery for Daniel. Hi. Hydroplaning. Got it. Oh, hydroplaning. She wasn't saying hi. Hi, Cindy. Greatly attributed to speed versus friction in such cases experienced myself. Lower speed creates better traction. Absolutely. Makes sense. Someone from Bring Me Back Home, not Chrissy, but somebody else. It's not Christine, I don't think. Maybe it was Christine. I don't think so. Was it Chrissy? Okay. Okay. Maybe. But what kind of a response is that? Why do we... Isn't this person supposed to be helping find Malea's kids? And this is... Oh, really? Daleen inserted herself one night and told off Christine and told her to stop contacting. Please bring me home. Daleen made a mess of things that night. Really? I stay out of the drama. I really do. Okay, thank you, Chelsea. It is Chrissy speaking. So this is the woman whose 2 kids are missing, and apparently talking to somebody from the organization who is going out there to help search. What in the actual heck? You're not buying that it's real, Travis? Why not? Christine did post a letter from Malaya on Jack and Lily's group, but Christine has been removed from the group and no longer runs it. Is she still, though, Chelsea? And Chrissy is off the case, Gren says. For photoshopping the Malaya and Cheryl picture at the beach into her partying at the beach. So Chrissy was removed from the case. Really? That sounds like drama. Okay, let's just put this to rest. No matter what, because Daleen was, and I mean, maybe still is very active on social media. And I think she has stepped back a little bit. But Belinda doesn't have a fake lawyer. I know Daleen, and she is a real lawyer here in BC. Chrissy is off the case. That's not the reason. Thank you, Chelsea. I have been in a couple of groups where they have been wild. I know. Why so much drama in a missing children's case? It's infuriating. And it not just infuriating, how do you understand? Because the drama surrounds the mother and the stepfather of these little kids. They deserve so much better. So the beach pic is fake. The beach pictures from Snapchat didn't look fake. Was it a Snapchat memory or was it real? Hello, Brenda. In my opinion, it's another distraction away from the most important Jack and Lily. It absolutely is. But who's got it out for Malaya then? Who's doing this? I mean, really, pick a person. But why? It's unreal, makes me sick. I left Facebook chat group months ago for this reason. So gross. Me too. She made a fake pic out of the beach pic, is what I understood. These broads are making it out about themselves and fundraiser money, not Jack and Lily. Hey, Krekka. Chelsea doesn't know if it's fake or real, but it had nothing to do with Chrissy. That's good to know. And absolutely no idea where the picture came from. Yes, it is the reason. I know for a fact it's the reason. No, the beach pic that was photoshopped into a beach pic at a party as if it was a new beach pic. Oh. So are you saying there was no beach pic? Don't forget to tap the 2 lines at the top of the chart. Oh, top to all, yeah. Why did Cheryl respond if it was fake? That they needed to get her outside. What are you talking about? Is Malaya still talking with her mother? I wish I knew. I wish I had any credible info on Cheryl or Malaya, because I only hear third-hand information about her, which is sad. Mom should be front and center in this. I believe Nick is, yes. Christine, crossed the line. Which line? All the drama is not for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. The original beach pic was photoshopped to look like it was a party. Okay. Cheryl claimed it was for Malaya's mental health to keep her living her life. Grindles, to my knowledge, it still has nothing to do with Chrissy, but if it was faked, then I'd like to know who or why. Yeah. And why wasn't it more well known that it was fake? You know what I mean? Like, that should have gone viral if it was a fake picture. The drama seems to be picking up steam the last few days. Yes. Yes. And so is it a distraction because it's Jack's birthday? I don't know. I found it fake when she was crying on the camera while the letter was being read. So dramatic. I didn't really understand it either, because it wasn't too long before that letter or after one or the other that the Taylor text screenshots came out, and Taylor was accusing Christine of having regular contact with Daniel. So it sounds silly, but whose side is she on? You know, is she playing both sides of the fence, trying to get information? Was she playing them both? And why are we inserting ourselves in that manner? Is it the reward money, you guys? Is that what is driving people to create such chaos in this case? It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach. Yes, both sides, no. Not about the reward? What's it about? You think it's to keep the kids hidden? Just leave that at that. So I wanted to where are Jack and Lily? Where are Jack and Lily? Lily and Jack. It would be great to hear from Cindy. It would be great to hear from anybody credible on Malaya's that side, but from that angle, other than a secretly recorded Wade video. It would be great to hear what they think. I don't know. Pandora's box has opened. Has it? I think it's just leaking. That kind of money could change a life. 150 grand. I did see that, and I know he's been more active recently with some of the people he used to talk to. So, I don't know. Buckle up, I guess. That's the message, right? So, last time we did a stream, a couple of days ago, we had been listening to the Durwood stuff. And Durwood was in our chat. And he said, remember, Janie heard Malaya shush the kids. And I said, yes, we know that. But the problem is Janie denied that. She flat out denied that in the private chat, right? So I wanted to go back and listen to some of Janie's stuff. Do you guys want to do that today, or do you want to save it for another day? I don't care either way. It's hour 15 minutes in. What else did I have? I do have a couple of videos that Bree sent me that we're going to play. It's maybe 3 minutes worth, and we can continue chatting, or we can start on the Janie stuff. I don't want to piss anybody off today, but I am super tired anyway, so I'm good with doing a shorter live stream, or we can get into it if you want. Who's Ruby, Marie? Right. Please bring me home isn't asking for donations from gullible people. That's a good point. They're not. The important question is, why is Malaya not searching for her babies? Right? That's what's got me. How can you say that she wasn't awake at 8:28 a.m. trying to call her mom? And I know some people are saying, well, maybe Daniel did it. Maybe Daniel was attempting to set Malaya up in some way, shape, or form by using her phone at 8:30 in the morning. But we know that they've both said that Meadow was in bed with them at that time and probably awake. And I don't think Malaya was sleeping. So if the kids were there, I believe she knew they were outside. Or the kids weren't there and she woke up to silence and ended up asking Daniel, do you hear the kids? One or the other. You want to do it and stop chatting? And Jane, I appreciate that, but 90% of this channel is me going through chat because I want to hear what you all have to say. I do. So, but when we start getting more into drama, I'm with you. I was asking the question about the screenshot. That's all. I really was. Share screen. Make sure my audio's on. It's on. Is there a picture or video of the car or SUV on the side of the road the morning on the RCMP chat? What? What RCMP chat? Worst night ever. Kids weren't in their bed. One of the worst nights. And that was supposedly after one night of them not being in their beds. That it was odd. Right? No one should argue with more help. I agree. Why is anybody trying to impede people coming in to help search? BC. She is a BC lawyer. But she had already, I can't remember what it's called, interprovincial. She's able to do that. So, and a lot of it can be done by proxy. She can do a lot of it from here, but when a hearing happens, she would have to be there. She would have to appear. So it's all in the making. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to put this up just so people can see. Do you think, does Belinda know if Malaya was doing drugs when she was together with her son? I don't think Belinda knows that. I think we would have heard from Belinda by now if that was even a suspicion of hers. I mean, I seriously doubt she knows that. We can ask her if she comes into chat again. Do you think Malaya has some kind of mental illness or someone wrote it for her? I absolutely think that she did not write that herself. And if she did, she used Google or searched for some kind of a template. I don't think that those are her true words and feelings. But mental illness, is postpartum or depression a mental illness? I think it is. So I'd say yeah. But I mean, I don't know. We've only heard, 30 seconds from her? A clipped, cut, edited 30 seconds that looked terribly, not even rehearsed, just, yeah, no, I don't. Theory. Dee heard Malaya on the phone at 11 p.m. saying she was leaving. They got in a fight. Kids left, were told to leave. Daniel searched with his black car up and down the road. They made a story to hide the kids missing. Is it sad that that's possible? Belinda answered that question, said she is not that I was aware of, right? Well, I'm out later. Talk soon. Yeah, see ya. Were there dirty diapers and rats in the basement? Well, that was Cody, and I think Belinda had clarified that there was laundry in garbage bags in the basement, dirty diapers on the porch, I believe. Not that that makes it any better, but that's what I heard. But the search is still on, right? Yes, as far as I know. I mean, there's been drama and talk that I try my best to ignore about, them canceling. But I think it's dependent on the weather, and they're really hoping to get out there before the first snow falls. So, and I don't know about Nova Scotia, but if it was in the west of Canada, November 15th would be way too late. Always snow on the ground. Could she be under police protection? I don't believe that's the case. Just based on what I've heard and what I know. Dirty diapers in the garage, I believe it was Charmaine. Okay, right. But not inside the house, not in the basement. Like I said, doesn't make it a whole lot better, but the dirty laundry was in bags in the basement. So. See, legal, she is in BC, but allowed to work in Nova Scotia for 10 days, she said. Sometimes it's not until after Christmas that we get snow. Must be nice. BC is like that too. I had to come back here last year about 10 days before Christmas, and my apartment is right on the Shuswap Lake. The grass was still green, you guys. It blew my mind. I was like, I need to live here year round. It was Cody. Sorry, I thought it was the boyfriend in between. No, it was Cody. Sorry. Did you ever meet Malaya? Does Malaya still see Baby Meadow? Now, from what I understand, both Daniel and Malaya have certain requirements mandated by CPS to continue to see Meadow, and so far they are both doing what they are required to do to continue to see Meadow. That's what I was asking the other day, remember? With all the rain, does it, because in Alberta, muskeg, it doesn't really wash anything away. It just kind of makes it thicker and heavier muskeg. So I was wondering if in Nova Scotia, the ground is different. Haven't heard a thing about the DNA or any forensics for that matter. I knew Daniel practiced to some extent. She may have licenses elsewhere too. Oh, Daleen. I'm thinking we'll get snow early this year. Really? That pic looks like the little guy in Home Alone. Not a nice picture. Yeah. Try to find a picture of Janie though. Honestly, Janie, if you're watching, if you're hearing this, put a fucking picture on the internet so that we can start using it. Because I don't like using this. And we didn't exchange many words past big Wow. I mean, kind of maybe sort of typical brother's girlfriend, you know. Does RCMP keep eyes on the mom and where she goes? I would hope so, Lynn, because according to Daniel, they keep eyes on him. So I would hope so. How long does it take to get forensic testing back? Depends on the testing, but I would think they have it back by now. I do. But it depends on the testing, and we're not the United States where there's different labs to choose from and stuff. It's very, yeah. Now, I do have this timestamp the right place. So I just want to listen to this for a few minutes and we'll decide if we're going to continue on or if Janie's too much for today, because it could be that. And if that's the case, that's fine. We don't have to do this today. We can do it another day. So if it's too much, just let me know. This is a voluntary thing, okay? We don't have to do it. So here we go.
I don't want to tell anybody. That's up to him. He has his own opinion on things, and he says what he says. So you could either take it with a grain of salt or not. Do I agree with his assessments of events? Darren is close with the family on Malaya's side, and he is close with Daniel. I never met the man before in my life. I didn't even know who he was until one day he walked in the yard and he asked for Daniel. And I went in and I said, Daniel, there's someone here to see you. He said, who is it? And I said, I don't know. And I come out and I asked Darren who he was. And he told him, so Daniel, get up. Then they got talking. And he was telling about what he knew or what he heard or whatever. And then I said, well, this is a man that knows what's going on both sides. So I felt comfortable talking to him. I told him the whole thing. That's when he said, do you mind if I go on and say what you know? And I said, I really don't give a, you know what. So he went on. He did get some stuff mixed up. I did correct him on that. What he said, I believe, because you take a man that is putting his own life in danger, putting his life with his family and his partner, putting that all in jeopardy. He told what he knew. He lost everything. Now, who would in their right mind, sorry, that's not the right words, but who would do that if they didn't know what they were talking about? Or what they heard or what they said? Because you got to look at it. He has more to lose, and whatever he said about it, by trying to find the polygraph test, that anyone he lost everything. I don't know nothing about what was said or anything. The investigators got after him for letting that out there, and then they came out with the statement after that people have had polygraph tests done. So he got in trouble for that. Daniel asked for the lie detector test. Yes, he was the one that begged the investigators for the polygraph test. They did not ask him. He asked for it. Daniel and I still take walks through the woods to see if we can find them, just to get out and look. But we haven't found anything. As I said, I do not know where the kids are. In my opinion, they are not in the woods. The searchers are saying they are. But come on, after all the time they have searched and never found nothing, and all the helicopters and the drones and all the area they have searched, those two children, Jack and Lily, could not have walked very far. As I told you, when I walked with Jack and Lily.
Durwood does have a flair for the dramatic, but my point is with this, Janie said that she believes what Durwood said is right? So, man, I wish I could find that in here, but it is in this private chat that she did not shush the kids. So let's look at the comments, because Daphne was good enough to go through and timestamp everything, so we can actually look at the comments together. I don't think it's this one, but where does it say when she's talking about her hearing the kids? Because that's where she supper, started raking for pool. We can listen to that if you want.
The gravel for the swimming pool. Because I was waiting for Daniel to find his tools so he could help me put the top board up on the fence so I could put the boards up, because I couldn't hold one end and nail the other end. Anybody that knows that, anybody that does carpentry knows that that's impossible to do, to get that it balanced and hold one end up and the other end drop. After Daniel helped me, I continue putting the boards on the fence. But there was another fence on the other side that was there before that. So I was out there doing my fence. Jack and Lily were in the backyard playing. I came in the house to have some supper. I do not know when the kids went in the house. I don't know what time they went to bed. I don't know anything of that.
Too.
So this part is where she starts talking about that morning. So let's listen to this. We'll listen to it out. I think it's about 5 minutes long. And then we're going to talk about it, because I'm pretty sure this is where she said, I did not hear Malaya shush the kids. It's in here somewhere. So let's listen. And just give me a second. When I hit play, I got to mute my thing so there's no echo.
I called my brother at 10:19 to tell him that the kids were missing. And Malaya waited till the time she called her mother to tell her the kids were missing. And I got on the phone and started calling my brother right away. And by the way, on my interview, the cameraman took pictures of my phone and my name on my phone to prove it's my phone. And he even took a screenshot of when Malaya called me when I was on the pipeline and told me to come back here. Well, why send a screenshot to you guys or to this chat showing when she made the phone call to Malaya? Shouldn't it be when Malaya made the phone call when the kids went missing? Okay, here's another thing. If I get a phone call from someone, from my daughter saying my kids were missing, wouldn't you leave right away to come over to see your daughter and be there for her when she needed her? Not like an hour and 33 minutes said that she was leaving then. Nothing happened the night before. I already told you. I heard the kids here Friday morning. Nothing happened to those kids Thursday night. Friday morning I heard them. I just love it when I put on a message here and then I see all these little people just lining up to hear what I have to say. I'm sorry, I can't answer your question, Vanessa, because I do not know where the kids are, so I can't answer it. As I said, I don't know where the kids are. Believe me, if I knew, you don't think that I would let the investigators of the RCMP know where they are? Believe me, I wished I did know where they were. I would, if they were close, I would go get them myself. I wouldn't care what anybody said or what anybody done. I would go get them myself, but I do not know where the kids are. I am sorry. I hope this nightmare comes to an end soon, because if not, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. Believe me. And my dog is going to have one too, because he's just like me. He's so nervous. He's so upset. He's so much anxiety because I'm got so much in me that my dog is feeling it. And it's not fair to him. So I would love this to be over too, believe me. I would do anything in the world to find those children. Okay, I'm going to answer about 2 more questions, and then I'm calling it a night, because I'm starting to get a headache repeating myself over and over again. Okay, if somebody asks me a question that I already answered, I'm going to say answered, and then I'll take the next one. I'll give you a chance for 2 more questions, so they better be questions that I haven't already answered, please. I don't know who the lady is that was asking me the questions earlier. If she's here, she can ask me the questions, please. Okay, if the question is already asked, I'm going to say answered it. Then you guys can go back and look at the answers, because I'm not going to be here all night answering all your questions over again. I'm sorry. I'm getting older by the minute. Thank you. I appreciate that. I cannot say they were abducted by a stranger. That's my opinion. As I said, I lived here for 26 years. I know the traffic on this road. And I brought my kids up here. And Jack and Lily have lived here for 2 years. So I can't understand why it happened Friday, after them living here for 2 years. And the way Malaya was acting, in my opinion, I feel like she knew what was going on. And there's those 3 questions that I asked earlier. 1, how would anybody know the kids were home from school? And 2, how would they know when the kids were outside playing? And 3, when I seen Malaya standing outside of when I opened the RV door, she wasn't panicked, she wasn't out of breath, and she wasn't crying or yelling for those kids. Well, you can talk through the mic like I'm doing, because I would never be able to keep up with all your guys' typing all at once. Would I hear a car pull in my driveway where I live in the RV? It depends. If it's a newer car, probably not. But if they parked on the side of the road, I wouldn't hear it. My dog alerts me when people come in my yard. So when he hears a voice, he barks. I get up and I look to see if anybody's there. My dog usually sits in the window. But that morning, my dog was sleeping with me in bed. When he heard the kids yelling, or kids talking, I should say, sorry, talking, my dog was in bed with me, and I told him, it's the kids outside playing. He shut right up. Then he barked again when Daniel was yelling out the back door for the kids. I didn't pay any attention to him because I thought he was telling the kids to get into the house. And besides, Jack lets my chickens out. And I let my chickens out at 7 o'clock that morning. So Jack has a habit of going around, moving stuff, and the chickens get out underneath the pen. So I thought he was yelling at him about the chickens. We've been saying that from the beginning. She only made one interview since that day when the kids went missing. She hasn't opened her mouth to anybody else, as far as I've known. We can't get any information out of the investigators. We've asked. but he says that they cannot tell us anything about their side of the family, what they're doing with them or what they are talking about or anything, because it has nothing to do with us. Just like they cannot tell them anything that we have said or we have done. So, if you want to blame anybody or anything, blame the RCMP and the investigators for not putting out a report on what has been done so far in this case. To answer your question to that, what do you think my motivation is for Malaya doing this? I can tell you this. I'm not Malaya. I don't know what Malaya thinks, and I don't know what Malaya does. So I don't have any idea what her motivation would be for her doing this. That's a question you have to ask Malaya. As I'm going to say to everyone that is listening, I live in my RV. They live in the trailer. What goes on in the trailer is their business. What goes on in my RV is my business. It would be a different thing if I lived in there. I would know what was going on in their lives. But where I live out here, I have no idea what's going on in there. Yes, Cindy has been to this trailer, I would say, at least 3 to 4 times that I know of. And I've talked to the lady once.
Boo. I'm going to jump from that because maybe still fresh in our minds to this. August 14th, 2025, Derwood O'Grady, 2016 Kia Sportage. Derwood has risked a lot. He, as far as I know, lost his girlfriend, who was Logan's grandmother, who is, I think, the cousin of his ex-wife. And he did it out of the goodness of his heart to get involved in this case because he had an in with Daniel through Jordan. Patty asked him, anybody remember, a couple of weeks before, to go and intervene and help Malaya get out of there? A couple of weeks, couple months, whatever it was. And he didn't want to get involved. But when the kids went missing, he wanted to try to get answers for Patty. Why would anybody do that? He started before the reward, Christina. It was before the reward. He was all up in that grill after they disappeared. Does Geddes lash out at anyone who disagrees with him out of the goodness of his heart too? Good question. Why in the world would anyone put themselves in a position to lose their home, to put their family at risk for a theory that is so outlandish and chase it down? Like, for real, chase it down. And like Janie said, he lost a lot. He lost his family. From what I understand, he had a falling out with his son. They, mended fences, whatever, since then. But why would anybody do that? Yet Malaya stated Daniel wasn't abusive. She sure did. But she said, I don't think Daniel would ever hurt children. And then later in that conversation, she said, he would pick on Jack and sometimes Lily. He would hold me down and take my phone and not let me call my mother. Some people don't think that's abusive, but some people do. Why did she want to leave then? And I'm not trying to be accusatory towards Daniel. This, to me, is about Durwood. What's the difference between a Kia Rio and a Kia Sportage? Anyone explain this to me? Oh. What is this one? Kia Rio. See if I can get a good... Can't really get the same angle on it, but... Let me just share my screen here. Just to see what these look like. I have to remove this first. We'll put that up there. So this is a Rio. What has changed with Durwood opinion now? In another chat, Kent said that Darren's views have changed, evolved. I'm not going to, because he doesn't want to share them right now, but I will say that they have slightly evolved. Same end theory. Kids are being hidden. Reservation is involved, but attention, getting to play a role where he gets to be the hero in the sitch. Sound familiar? Kindred spirits. What he said was he would help if she reached out. He couldn't just go drag her out of there if she didn't want to leave. Right. Malia. Liz thought maybe Jordan was there the night. Maybe. Kia with engine issues. There must have been some connections because he said he deliberately said stuff at Patty's to see if it would get back to Malaya, and it did. Durwood said he doesn't own a Kia. April, this isn't a van, it's an SUV, but I get what you're saying. Like, I don't think that's a van. Do you think it's a van? I don't know. Can they both be a 5-speed? Hydroplaning, Rita. I'm gonna have to cut this off now. I hear a big noisy Dodge pulling in the driveway. Need to check on a foot and get supper ready. So I wanted to, he is absolutely a pain in the tush, Ori. I wanted to listen to a little bit more of Janie, but I will do a better job for next time to find, hey, Sky. No, Sky. He's selling the vehicle. He is selling the vehicle. But I'm going to leave you guys with this, with those last thoughts. And then next time I'm going to I will listen to all 2.5 hours of those Janie clips, and I will find where she said that she did not shush the kids. And I will find where Belinda said Janie told her that she heard Malaya shush the kids. And we're going to keep digging at all of this stuff that we may have missed, maybe overlooked, maybe didn't give enough attention to at the time. And I'm pointing directly at myself. I was so quick to dismiss Durwood. I am still very quick to dismiss that theory. But we'll just leave it at that. Now, let me first play, before I go, I'm going to play these videos. Bree was good enough to send these to me, and I think that they're going to be played at the vigil or for the vigil. So enjoy.
And Lily Sullivan. Missing since May 2nd, 2025, from Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. Two stars that rose before the dawn, whose laughter still the breeze rests on. Two tiny footprints in the dew, forever soft, forever true. The sun still calls your names each day, the wind still hums where you would play. In every ripple, leaf, and song, your spirits dance, still bright, still strong. Though arms may ache and eyes still weep, love's promise is a vow we keep. For love can never fade or flee, you live in hearts, in memory. Lily, with courage wild and free, Jack, gentle as the sea, together bound, beyond the sky, two best friends lost and we don't know why. So we will walk, and speak your names, through joy and sorrow's tender flames. And every step, and every tear, will whisper softly, you are here. Today the candles wait unlit, their tiny flames still dreaming, for the boy whose laughter once set every corner gleaming. 6 months have stretched like endless miles, yet still, your name is spoken, in whispers, prayers, and midnight cries, in hearts that won't be broken. Nova Scotia hums your song, each wave along the shore, a promise that the world will keep to search, to hope, once more. For you, sweet Jack, the skies are blue, the stars still spell your name, they shine for you and sister too, in love that burns the same. The candles wait, the cake is set, the day still marks your start, and though you're out of reach for now, you live in every heart. No ocean's wide enough to hide, no night can dim your light, for Jack and Lily, side by side, we'll carry you through night. Until you're home, we'll speak your names, each whisper soft and true. Happy birthday, dearest Jack, the world still waits for you.
Candles flicker in the night. We come together not in celebration, but in love, in remembrance, and in hope for their safe return. Tonight, we gather with candles in hand and love in our hearts, to honor the birthday of a beautiful little boy, Jack, and to remember both Jack and his sister, Lily, who are still missing, but never forgotten. Jack, a bright, curious, and gentle soul, a boy who loved to laugh, explore, and bring smiles to everyone around him. His spirit reminds us of innocence, kindness, and joy, and Lily, his big sister, soft-spoken, caring, and full of light, a protector, a dreamer, and a little girl who made the world gentler just by being in it. Together, they are more than missing children. They are family, love, and light, bound by a connection that time and distance can never break. Tonight, as we mark Jack's birthday, we do so with heavy hearts, but also with hope, because love never fades and hope never dies. Each candle lit tonight represents a promise that Jack and Lily are remembered, that their story matters, and that our community will never stop searching for answers. Even in darkness, hope is the candle that never burns out. It's the light that carries us through. Jack and Lily remain missing. If you have any information, please contact the Nova Scotia RCMP. Every call, every lead, every share matters. Until you're home, Jack and Lily will keep the light burning for you. You are forever loved, forever missed, and forever in our hearts.
Absolutely great job by Bree. Thank you so much, Bree. And have a great night, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. A little bit earlier, probably around 6 o'clock Nova Scotia time. But have a great night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Bye.